After a funeral for a 7-year-old girl who was shot and killed by police in a raid on her family's home. The whole time, a reality TV crew following the police was filming right outside. This death is raising questions about how much access reality TV crews should have to law enforcement and whether they might have played a role in this incident. Eric Hong has more.
With them. And so that's what we've come to do today. Just come and cry.
They came by the hundreds to mourn a child just 7 years old. Aiyana Stanley-Jones died 1 week ago as police hunted a murder suspect at the home where she slept. After lobbing a flash grenade into the house, police say an officer entered and collided with Aiyana's grandmother, causing the officer's gun to go off. The bullet struck Aiyana as she slept on a living room sofa. A camera crew had been shadowing officers that night, filming an episode of the A&E police reality show, The First 48. The incident is being investigated, but already Aiyana's family has filed suit, challenging the police version of events.
They're supposed to be trained for this type of stuff. They came in here and killed my baby.
Aiyana's family claims the video shows the fatal shot was fired intentionally by the officer from outside the house.
This type of activity by a police force is unacceptable in America.
The shooting has put a spotlight on police reality shows, shows like Cops, and The First 48 can draw sizable ratings while giving police departments positive PR. But do these shows capture drama or create it?
The presence of cameras is going to influence a police officer the same way it would influence an ordinary person. You know, they're not immune to the lights and action and excitement, and they're going to hype up how they're acting.
A&E and its production partner ITV aren't commenting on the case. Their video now in the hands of investigators, hoping to make sense of tragedy. For Good Morning America, Eric Hong, ABC News.
Jeffrey Feiger is the attorney representing Aiyana Jones' family in 2 lawsuits against the Detroit Police Department, alleging excessive force, the violation of Aiyana's civil rights, negligence, assault and battery, infliction of emotional distress, and conspiracy to cover up the shooting. He joins us now from Detroit. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Dad.
So you say you've seen footage that contradicts the police version of events. What makes you so sure from having seen this footage?
Well, I saw the bomb go through the plate glass window, and I saw the shot come immediately thereafter.
A bomb go through police? You're talking about the stun grenade?
Right, it's a bomb. They threw it through a plate glass window. There was no murder suspect in the house. They had the wrong house. He lived next door. And the shot came immediately thereafter, both from the porch. There was no confrontation, no time for confrontation, and it takes a lot of pressure to pull a trigger. The trigger was pulled intentionally. I'm not suggesting that a police officer pointed a gun at a little girl and killed her. What I am suggesting is the police officer pointed a gun into a house that he had no idea what was in there and pulled the trigger.
Do you think, as many people have alleged, that the fact that there was a reality TV crew on the scene there might have made police act in a more dramatic and aggressive fashion?
Sure, it exacerbated everything. I've handled the Jenny Jones show case, which was a similar allegation. The jury awarded $25 million. Here, the video I saw, it looked like a Hollywood movie set. There was a truck with lights that made the front porch look like it had been lit up for a television show.
Mr. Feiger, I want to give you a chance to react to something. As you know, Detroit is a tinderbox right now with a divisiveness between police in the city and people in the city. The mayor of Detroit has said that you are adding to the divisiveness, making things worse in a hunt for money, essentially. How do you respond to that?
I would say that money, since I have to represent the family and do the only investigation for them that's going to be done, I am going to get justice for the family. I'm their only means for justice. Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. said, peace isn't the absence of violence, it's the presence of justice. I'm the only person that they can turn to for justice, since the mayor and the police are not going to give it to him.
But it must be a tough needle for you to thread. You know how on edge people are in that city, but in the pursuit of aggressively representing your clients, is it possible to make that tension worse?
I don't think that myself. I spoke at the funeral yesterday. Reverend Sharpton did. I'm a former candidate for governor of the state of Michigan. I don't want to make the tension worse. course, I love the city of Detroit. I want it to flourish. But I know that the way tension would get worse is if people believed that they were being lied to and that there were injustices going on. Openness will not lend to a tinderbox situation. I think openness will provide justice and a feeling of camaraderie, if you will, among people. I think it's much more better that we strive towards openness and get all the